All right, so now we're on to 4-2, which is called Enhanced the Invoice Total Application. So first thing it's going to say in number one is to actually open another project. So we're not going back to the invoice total. We're going to open up another one. And so this one is sitting in invoice total enhanced. Again, I'm in the starts and I go open, and here it is. And it's got my first thing saying, which is not installed to proceed. I got to change it to that. Okay, you know what? That's fine. It's basically saying 4.8. I'm trying to remember what version this is now, but you know what? I think I'm going to just change the target to that framework. I can always change it. Yeah, look at that. It used to be 4. That's 8. You know, I'm just going to go with the default here. I'm going to go okay. Never work smoothly the first time. Okay, so at first, like nothing looks like it's happening, but what I want to do is I'm going to go and double click there, and that you can't see this, but I'm moving my face out of the way, and I'm going to just go to my main C# pile of code. All right, so this looks like it's it. Don't trust anything from the book. Go build it first. Make sure it's going to build properly, and it did build properly. Run it. And it's going to run, and I'm going to put like 1,000 in here or whatever. I'm going to hit the button. So it does look like it's interesting. Notice the currencies have gone away now for some reason. They've maybe that was the point previous. I don't know, but oh, I see. They probably wanted me to do is use the round and just print them as that, but that's gross. I like the dollar sign. I like how we left our last one, but that's okay. This is obviously what they wanted. Let's click on the exit button. I'm going to go and look at the code for a second to sort of confirm what I said. And actually, I don't see any evidence at all that they did any. Oh, right there, there's a rounding. So they went ahead and rounded it there, and then they're basically just dumping it out using the default here, where it's just going to take whatever the number is and put it as a string. It's interesting. Okay, yeah, good for them. Anyway, so that was basically number one. Number two says, use the techniques I learned to enlarge, in chapter 2, to enlarge the form to add the new controls that are shown in figure 419. What the heck is figure 419? This is figure 419. So what we're going to do, and I'm going to be pushing this off to another screen, but we want to have 3 texts. They're displays. We want to have the number of invoices. Notice we're back to this by basically being currency again, by the way. So I don't know, but anyway, and there's going to be another button in here called clear totals. So that seems to be what we're going to be doing. So what I'm going to do as a refresher, I'm going to push this off to the side, but I'm going to have it right up in front of me. That I think was sitting on page 129 is where that was, if you got the book, or slide 53. All right, so let's go back and look at our design here, So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this guy and we're going to expand it. And it looks like we just need to expand it over. So we're just going to expand it a little bit over. That sounds great. Now let's bring our toolbox back up and pin it. The reason I kind of had unpinned it before was to get a little bit more real estate to look at the code. And I wasn't really adding any controls or any of this stuff. So don't get used to having your toolbox here. If you don't need it, you don't need it. I'm going to grab some text boxes. So I'm going to grab this text box. I'm going to put it over here, line it up. There it is, right about. Actually, let's line it up. Oh my goodness, Grant, be professional. Be professional. Probably there. Yeah, okay, whatever. You know what? I'll just do the PowerPoint lining up thing in a minute. Okay, do this. Going to grab another one. I'm going to put it there. I don't care anymore. Grab another one. I'm going to put it there. All right. So what did I mean when I said the PowerPoint thing? I'm going to click on this guy first. I'm going to control click. Actually, let's do the first one, the top one. I'm going to click on this guy, click on this guy. I'm going to say, where are you? Is it format? It's not format. It is format. So I'm going to say align. Could you please align the tops? All right, awesome. And then actually it looks pretty good. So now I'm going to click this guy. I'm going to click this guy, and I'm going to go back to format. I'm going to say, please align the tops. And it did. Awesome. I'm going to click this. I'm going to actually click the one I do first, I believe, is the one that's going to model after. I'm going to go format, align, please align to the left. Look at that. It's as if I'm not even trying. Now I'm just going to click on this, and I'm going to click on this guy. So who I want the thing to be like. I'm going to go tops, top. All right, and that looks pretty good. It looks like they're already kind of aligned. So now I got myself those text boxes. All right. Again, kind of referencing the whole what this is supposed to be. Those text boxes are number of invoices, total invoices, and invoice average. So let's go here and let's get down to the name, which is right there. So, and remember using I must have shut down. I don't know if it shut down. Is it here? Yeah. So we're going to be using, they're all text boxes. So it's going to be text, and then it's going to be number of invoices or something like that. So let's go down here and change this guy to going to text, no invoices. All right. And keeping that highlighted, I'm going to go and change the next one, and notice it brings me right to it, which is awesome. This one is going to be the text total invoices, and then this guy here is going to be the text invoice average. Looks good. Now all three of them are going to have that display feature. So let's see if I can remember what that one was. That was, no, I cannot remember what that one was. Oh my goodness, I might have to go back and look. Read only. Read only. So I'm going to change that read only to being true. All right. All right, so we just added some objects. Let's run it, make sure this thing, it should, nothing, adding a control shouldn't matter, but at least they look kind of close to where they should be. That's awesome. Next, let's add that button while we're at it. So let's take the exit here, and let's move it out. Now, I'm going to use my arrow keys so I don't have to worry about my mouse making these things out of alignment. So there it is. So the exit's out. Now I'm going to click on the button, drag the button over, and how about that? Looks great. This button, let's go back to the design. Let's go back to the design button. This is going to be BTN clear. Okay, so that'll be okay. You know what, clear totals. Let's be cool with that. So there's that. But now we also got to deal with the label as well, which was up here somewhere. I blew past it probably. There it is. It's the text. Of course, it's the text of the button, not the label of the button. All right. So this guy is going to be clear total. So clear total. And let's put an uppercase T. And it didn't really ask for it, but I'm going to put a little ampersand in front of that so I can get a fancy underline for that. Let's hit the enter button. And there we go. So that's awesome. Let's have a quick peek. Running it again. And then when I add the labels, I promise I won't run it again because I'm just going to assume that the thing is fine. All right, good deal. Love it. Oh, of course you can't see. For some reason, it moved it over to this screen. But look at that. It looks beautiful. I don't see the underline for the total, but all right. I'm just going to let it go. All right. So now the next thing are the labels. Let's grab some labels. I really don't care about naming these things, so I'm just going to put this label up there. Come on, stop it. There, label 1 or 8, I guess. Label 2, not lined up. That's going to bother me. And then label 3. All right, so let's just click, and all I want you guys to do is to align to the left, and you did. All right, and the labels. Yeah, I suppose, you know, if I really cared, I'd probably think about giving them proper names too. But at this point, I'm just going to change their texts to be what they are. This guy here is number of invoices, and it's going to have to get moved. Then this thing over here, second guy is going to be total of invoices. And then this guy over here is the average, invoice average. Right, and as I said, I'm not super happy with them, the labels bleeding into the actual text box. So I'm gonna push the largest one over. I think it was the largest. Keep the focus on it. I'm gonna keep it selected. I'm gonna click on the other two. I'm gonna go format, align, and left. All right, that was the glorious end of number 2. And then I guess also number 3 said do the properties. So what would a name each control? Yeah. So that was it. That was basically the first section here. Open the invoice total application and enhance the form. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start to use these. So let's think a little bit about what this is supposed to do. So we have our subtotal. And if you got to imagine, we don't have it yet, but there could be a data back end here where this stuff is stored. So I imagine that as we keep clicking calculate, it's going to increment the number of orders and then basically total and then average. And the average would just be the total divided by the number. And the clear probably is going to wipe out the totals. All right, that looks good. All right, so all right, let's get out of that. Oh, okay, allow me a little bit more, and I might actually stop the video at this point before I totally screwed up. But here's what I'm going to. These guys really should be closer to the middle now. So let's just do that. That looks beautiful. All right. All right. So, take a moment. Obviously, you could just pause, but I'm going to end this video and then start the second part, numbers 4 through 7, in its own video. All right. So there you go. I'll see you there.